Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, Southern California residents on edge with the most extreme fire warning right now. And the LA Rams giving the City of Angels a lift. Overnight, a new fire erupting.
That entire riverbed is now engulfed in flames.
With another 90,000 others facing evacuation warning this morning, ready to leave at a moment's notice. And more than 12 million people bracing for the particularly dangerous situation red flag warning at this hour. Our team with the exhausted crews on the fire lines. And now, the challenges in the aftermath, as many people who lost their homes scramble to find shelter.
Overnight, the final report on Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election released after a last-minute attempt by the president-elect to block it. As the special counsel in the Hunter Biden case releases his final report, firing back at President Biden.
Dangerous close call. Two passenger planes caught on camera coming within 1,000 feet of each other. The investigation this morning and the alert that may have prevented a disaster.
Gold medal rescue. An Olympic kite surfer racing to help a woman in distress, saving her from drowning.
Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight, so take back my life, so.
And the LA Rams showing some fight for their city, running away with a big wild card win.
Off to the races, and gone for the touchdown.
Oh, let's see that touchdown again, and one more time, bringing LA together. Can they get to the Super Bowl for their beloved city?
This is my fight, so.
Live from Times Square, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. To save you Michael Strahan's commentary.
That was my fault. It was my fault.
The commentary.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
That's not what he said. Rachel Platten, though, singing her inspirational anthem. The first responders still fighting those fires. They were honored at that game last night.
They deserved it.
We have a lot to cover today, including the confirmation hearings kicking off this morning, starting with President-elect Trump's pick for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. We have new details this morning on his background check and who the FBI did not interview. We're also tracking the warning from the CDC on respiratory viruses. They are on the rise, and ER visits are the highest right now for children.
But we begin with millions of Southern California residents on alert as those powerful winds return. They bring the serious threat for explosive fire growth. Take a look at our station KABC's chopper above the new fire that erupted overnight. This is a map of the new areas under red flag warnings where fire danger is extremely high. We'll hear from a CAL FIRE Battalion chief live in just a few minutes. We have team coverage from all over the fire zone, starting with Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman in Mandeville Canyon with crews on the fire line. Good morning, Matt.
Michael, it would be impossible to overstate how seriously fire officials are taking this wind event. They've got engines like these parked in the canyons every other block. 15,000 plus firefighters in Southern California this morning. And they've also painted entire valleys and neighborhoods like this with that pink Phos-Chek. That roof is normally slate gray. I want you to see something else. Look at this driveway. That's to protect these homes. Meanwhile, a new fire erupting in Ventura County just west of us this morning.
Overnight, firefighters racing to battle the first fire stoked by this latest wind event in Southern California, this time in Ventura County.
The wind is blowing this fire right along the riverbed.
It's called the Auto Fire, and dozens of firefighters rushing to the scene, attacking the fire from the ground and the air. Our station, KABC, right there.
That entire riverbed is now engulfed in flames.
This is more than 12 million people in the crosshairs of yet another ferocious wind event in Southern California, a week after the Eaton and Palisades fires killed at least 24 people. And firefighters working feverishly to prevent another disaster. That air attack painting curtains of pink fire retardant across the mountainside.
The air attack has been absolutely intense over this canyon. You can see that DC-10 crossing right in front of you, and it's about to drop that massive load of fire retardant, creating this huge fire break across the ridge here.
Hand crews working through the night, lit by headlamps, hacking through the brush. And we were with them on the front lines.
Down below, there are hundreds of firefighters who've carved this fire break through this canyon, down to the other side, all the way up there.
Officials pleading with Californians to have a plan in place.
If you don't have a wildfire evacuation plan for your family and your home, please make one today.
And residents on edge.
When I walked outside and saw the huge gray cloud of smoke, I just told my husband, I don't want to be caught off guard.
Timothea Workman is ready for another red flag warning. She and her husband filling up their camper van in case they need to evacuate.
When you're under stress like that, it's really crazy how your mind just starts spinning.
Another 90,000 others facing evacuation warnings this morning. The urgent reminder with volatile conditions that could change quickly.
If you get an alert on your telephone for an evacuation warning, leave then. Don't wait for the order.
Power companies already shutting off electricity to thousands as a precaution.
Oh my God.
Power lines at the core of the investigation into the Eaton fire, as SoCal Edison now faces 4 lawsuits in connection to the fire.
We have an approximately 10-acre brush fire across canyon underneath high-tension power lines.
SoCal Edison telling ABC News they've seen no indication their equipment started the fire, but they're aware of pictures and videos showing what appears to be a fire at the base of this electrical transmission tower. And they're investigating. A spokesperson for the company saying in a statement, SoCal Edison understands that a lawsuit related to the Eaton fire has been filed, but SCE has not yet been served with a complaint. And across the county, reinforcements are on standby for the fatigued first responders battling the flames for a week now. Monday evening, ATF investigators blocking off a rural area of Pacific Palisades. Officials saying they're searching for the cause of the fire.
Now, the ATF telling me that despite this wind event, its technicians should still be able to detect arson if it did occur on the Palisades fire. They also say it could be a couple of months before their report is completed. Now, authorities here in Southern California have just been imploring people not to silence those emergency alerts on their mobile phones. They say, Robin, it could be the difference between life and death. Robin.
Absolutely, Matt. Thank you. We'll be with you throughout the morning. But right now, we're going to take a live look at the fires from the sky. KABC chopper pilot Gabe Santos joins us now live this morning. And Gabe, what are you seeing at this hour?
Yeah, Robin, we're taking a look again at some of the destruction up here in the Palisades. And every time I look at this, it's just it's jaw-dropping how many houses we see burned and how much destruction we see. As we widen out the shot, you could see the famous Pacific Coast Highway that runs from top to bottom on your screen. That's been completely closed this whole time, but you see cars going up and down that street. That's all law enforcement. That's all utility crews working their way into the scene to help with security and reconstruction. And if we widen out the shot even more, I'll be able to tell you some of the good news here. We are seeing containment numbers increase and only a little bit of smoke rising from the burn scar right now. That is a concern for firefighters. They're going to be keeping an eye on that as we're expecting some winds later on today. They don't want any of those embers to spread. George?
Okay, thanks very much. Let's talk to California Fire Battalion Chief Brent Pascua now. Chief, thank you for joining us this morning. We know the winds are going to be kicking up. Give us a sense of what you're up against right now.
Yeah, so the winds are back, not as strong as when we first had this fire, but they are back. They're stronger. We've been working tirelessly overnight, through the night, every night, to make sure this fire's put out and mop up this fire before these winds came. We've got a surge of engines in the communities around the fire line, so we're doing everything we can to prepare for these winds.
Which area is your focus right now?
It's in the Brentwood area and the Encino area. That was our most active part of the fire lately. So we have all our crews focused in that area, and right now we're looking really good.
And as the winds are supposed to die down by tomorrow after a kick up to date, is that going to give you the opportunity you need to finally get these things contained?
Yeah, well, we've had a really good last couple days with the weather, and we're going to continue to do everything we've been doing the last couple days today as well. We believe we'll be able to use our aviation assets along with the ground firefighters to continue to build containment on this fire.
And your message for everyone under evacuation warnings this morning?
You know, the same message is just have that go bag ready, have that emergency plan ready, and make sure your whole family knows what the plan is before the emergency.
Okay, Chief, thanks a lot for your service and your information. Robin?
Got to stay ready. Let's go to turn now to Ginger with how long this latest wind event will pose a danger, Ginger.
The short answer is by Friday, it is so much better. So we've got a long time before then, but the bulk of it happens in the next 36 hours. So let me take you through the timing, but before we get there, I should emphasize this is not the same as last week's. It's a different setup, different type of event. The geography is slightly different. The wind direction is more east to northeast versus north. So that's going to play a big factor in who is most at risk. You saw that new fire break out, and that's right in the middle of this extreme fire risk along the 101, the Santa Clarita Valley, the Santa Monica Mountains. You can see all the way back into the San Fernando and the San Gabriels as well. In this region, up the I-5 to nearly the Grapevine, you can expect rare fire conditions. This morning there will be a peak, and again tomorrow morning, a little lull between the two. It's not constant wind, but when they come and they push 60, 70 mile per hour gusts, and that makes fire behavior explosive. This is not something that happens all that often. That's why they're putting that PDS red flag warning through tomorrow, especially in this northern area. Don't want to leave out the mountains all the way down to San Diego County, though. They're in red flag warning, too. I wanted to time it out because 10 a.m. this morning Pacific time, you start to see Fillmore or Santa Clarita with gusts of 40 plus. Remember, that's the valley, that's the city. So up in the canyons, that's where those gusts start up, and that's often where a fire starts and then spreads. You can have embers be chucked really far. They call it long-range spotting in these types of events. That's why Wednesday, 8 a.m., right after dawn, in that 9, 10 a.m. hour Pacific time, those winds come back up. And then look at Friday, 7 a.m., finally going to see those winds down in the single digits, and the humidity builds back in.
That's what we have to get to. Okay, Ginger, thank you. We're going to turn now to breaking news overnight. Special Counsel Jack Smith's report on President-elect Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election was released. Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas has the details. Good morning, Pierre.
George, good morning. Special Counsel Jack Smith, in a new report, is calling out President-elect Trump and bluntly stating he brought the case because he believed he would have gotten a conviction.
This morning, the special counsel who investigated Donald Trump's role on January 6th and efforts to interfere in the 2020 election has issued a blistering report, sharply criticizing the president-elect's attacks on his investigation and suggesting that Trump's actions warranted prosecution, saying that no, quote, man in this country is so high that he is above the law. Smith suggesting that his evidence was overwhelming, pointing out that over 250 witnesses agreed to voluntarily be interviewed, with 55 appearing before a grand jury.
The attack on our nation's capital on January 6, 2021, was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy. As described in the indictment, it was fueled by lies.
Smith, who resigned on Friday, accused Trump of unprecedented efforts to unlawfully retain power after losing the 2020 election, and said Trump's cases represented ones in which the offense was the most flagrant, the public harm the greatest, and the proof the most certain. He called allegations that his investigation was politically motivated and controlled by the Biden administration, quote, laughable.
This is prosecutorial misconduct, and its primary purpose is to steal another election.
Trump's legal team overnight made a last-ditch effort to block the release of the report, but Judge Aileen Cannon, who was nominated by Trump, rejected their request. Trump's attorneys had argued the release of the report would be unfair and was an attempt to harm the incoming president by a weaponized Justice Department, saying, never before in our nation's history has the Department of Justice attempted to interfere with an incoming presidential administration in this manner, let alone on the very eve of inauguration.
Trump, who has maintained his innocence throughout, mocking Jack Smith this morning, calling him a lame-brained prosecutor who was unable to get his case tried before the election. He stated, the voters have spoken, George.
Pierre, a lot of details in that report on the violence that was perpetrated on January 6th.
Indeed, it was. Jack Smith believes that Trump was directly involved in inciting that violence, although Trump has maintained that he wanted the actions of the people out there to be peaceful.
And there was another special counsel report released overnight?
That's right. Special Counsel David Rice released his final report on the prosecution of a gun charge and tax violations by the president's son, Hunter Biden. He says his prosecution was completely justified, and he sharply criticized President Biden's pardoning of his son and his claim that his son was selectively and unfairly prosecuted. saying those accusations were baseless and that they threatened the integrity of the justice system as a whole, George.
Pierre Thomas, thanks very much, Michael.
All right, thank you, George. Now to the confirmation hearing for President-elect Trump's nominee for Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth. Our senior congressional correspondent, Rachel Scott, is on Capitol Hill with the latest for us. Good morning, Rachel.
Hey, Michael, good morning. Yeah, Pete Hegseth in the hot seat, making his case to senators amid a series of allegations against him. There are 12 Senate confirmation hearings this week alone, but senators tell me today's hearing is perhaps the most consequential.
This morning, Pete Hegseth kicking off a whirlwind week of confirmation hearings. The former Fox News host has spent weeks making the rounds on Capitol Hill, fending off allegations of sexual misconduct, excess drinking on the job, and financially mismanaging two veterans organizations, all of which he strongly denies.
Am I a perfect man? No. Was I a perfect man? Absolutely not. Do I regret those things? Yes. But is it who I am today? No.
Hegseth was also accused of sexually assaulting a woman in 2017. He called the encounter consensual, but his attorney says he settled with the woman in order to keep his job. Sources tell ABC News the FBI has completed its background investigation into Hegseth, but never interviewed the woman. It's unclear why. Senate Democrats who have not seen or been briefed on the report sounding the alarm.
I believe that there are gaps in this investigation in the failure to interview significant sources of information.
Hegseth is an Army veteran with no military leadership experience. He's blasted the Pentagon's message of diversity as strength as, quote, garbage. And in an interview released just days before he was nominated, said this about women serving in the military.
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective, hasn't made us more lethal, has made fighting more complicated.
Over the last few weeks, he backtracked on those comments.
Some of our greatest warriors, our best warriors out there are women.
But Senate Democrats making it clear they plan to put those controversies and views front and center.
So in his opening statement obtained by ABC News, Hegseth does acknowledge his lack of military leadership experience, but he says it's time for a change agent, vowing to bring, quote, warrior culture to the Pentagon. Of course, Republicans do have a razor-thin majority in the Senate. He can only afford to lose 3 Republicans if all Democrats stay opposed to him. It's a big reason why President-elect Donald Trump has made a very personal appeal to Republicans behind closed doors, guys.
All right, Rachel, our thanks to you. Coming up here on GMA, a near collision in the air caught on camera. Our transportation correspondent, Gio Benitez, has the details. So what happened here, Gio?
Well, Robin, 2 passenger jets nearly collided as they came in for a landing with nearly 400 people on board the planes. We're going to tell you about the technology that saved those lives just in the nick of time, Michael.
All right, Gio.
Plus, we're tracking the CDC alert about the quademic and the new flu numbers.
Michael, you know you're supposed to read defenses, not books. Well, now that book A.J. Brown was spotted reading on the sidelines has skyrocketed on Amazon. We're going to tell you what it is. We'll be right back.
I couldn't read either.
This is my fight, so take back my life, so prove I'm the right side.
Back here on GMA, Rachel Platten, an emotional performance of her anthem, Fight Song. At the LA Rams matchup against the Vikings, Rachel also sang the national anthem as Southern California bands together during these very, very difficult times.
Of course, we are tracking the latest on the fires this morning. Dangerous situation. Overnight, firefighters raced to battle the new auto fire as more than 12 million people are on alert for another powerful wind event. Also right now, negotiators meeting today in the hopes of finalizing a ceasefire deal in Gaza after a breakthrough in the talks. Sources say there would be 3 phases to the agreement, starting with the release of 33 hostages, both dead and alive.
Also right now, if you're heading to Starbucks, listen up. The days of hanging out at a Starbucks all day without ordering are over. A new coffeehouse code of conduct requires people to buy something in order to sit in the store or use the bathroom. Starbucks says it is doing this so its customers feel welcome and comfortable inside its stores. And take a look at this dramatic rescue caught on camera. Olympic kite surfer Bruno Lobo saved a woman from drowning as he was testing out new equipment off the coast of Brazil. The young woman was in distress in choppy waters and called out for help when Lobo picked her up and took her back to shore. Great story to see there.
Yeah.
Glad she's all okay. And we've got a lot more ahead, including concern about the new numbers this flu season. That is all coming up, Robin.
But right now, Michael, a mid-air flight scared 2 passenger planes nearly colliding. The incident was caught on camera and is now under FAA investigation. Transportation correspondent Gio Benitez, you got these details for us. Good morning.
Hey, Robin, guys, good morning. This is a very serious investigation, and this video right here, this is a big part of that. An aviation enthusiast on the ground looked up and happened to see two planes very close together. When he listened to the air traffic control audio, he realized they were dangerously close. This morning, a near disaster captured on camera. Images showing two commercial jets coming dangerously close to each other while landing in Phoenix.
My first reactions were just shocked and surprised that two commercial airliners with hundreds of people on them were on a converging path.
At the top, a United flight from San Francisco carrying 123 passengers. Below, a Delta Airlines flight from Detroit with 245 passengers. Watch this flight radar animation showing the planes nearly colliding on Saturday morning. According to data from Flight Radar 24, the planes coming incredibly close to each other at one point within 875 feet vertically and about 1,200 feet horizontally. That Delta plane going at 275 miles an hour.
Normally, aircraft shouldn't get within a mile of each other. In this case, they were less than 1,000 feet.
Listen to the air traffic control audio. You can hear the anti-collision system on board, which alerted the pilots and likely saved hundreds of lives.
Left to 100, we do have runway 8 in sight, cleared.
Both airlines crediting that system this morning. Delta telling ABC News, Delta flight crews extensively trained to handle uncommon scenarios such as this and followed the resolution advisory as directed. And United saying the pilots acted immediately and landed safely.
The technology on board both aircraft, sensing that they were within 20 to 30 seconds of a midair collision, told one aircraft to climb and one aircraft to descend, thus preventing a tragedy.
And again, it's that technology that both Delta and United credit this morning with saving the day, along, of course, with the pilots who paid attention to the warnings. But you really struggle to think what would have happened if that alert system hadn't gone off. Would the pilots have realized that they were getting closer and closer to each other?
So
it's terrifying.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Gio, so much.
We're going to turn now to a new warning from the CDC on the rising cases of respiratory illnesses across the country. Ariel Reshef right here with the latest. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you guys. Of course, these health experts are very concerned about the flu, COVID, the common cold, RSV. So far this season, we've seen already 5,000 deaths from the flu, 110,000 hospitalizations so far. Pediatric deaths, 5 of them reported in just the last week. That is making the total 16 so far. So this is concerning. So far, the CDC is reporting about 9.1 million infections from the flu so far this season, but experts warn those numbers could actually be much higher because the reporting is lagging here.
And it's putting a real strain on the hospitals.
Yeah, it certainly is. Right now, emergency room visits and hospitalizations are highest for the flu, and that's quickly followed by RSV and by COVID. What's most troubling here is that ER visits are most frequent from children right now, and that is because of the flu and RSV. COVID still accounts for the most deaths overall. Flu activity typically peaks between December and February, so doctors say it is still not too late to get vaccinated if you haven't already.
And on top of all this, norovirus is back.
Oh yes, if you have children, you know this one really well. That's we had these respiratory illnesses. Now we're talking about massive GI issues with norovirus. According to the CDC, there have been 130 more outbreaks of norovirus since August, compared to the same period last year. So that's concerning. Norovirus, of course, presents with nausea, vomiting, GI issues. Usually those symptoms resolve within 1 to 3 days, but you can be contagious and spread this virus for days after that. As we heard from Dr. Darien yesterday, Clorox those surfaces. Make sure you're washing your hands, not just with hand sanitizer. It doesn't kill the virus. You have to use soap and water.
1 to 3 days are brutal.
Yeah, I think people will say it takes you out.
Okay, Ariel, thanks very much.
The tens of thousands of people displaced by the wildfires that are now searching for shelter, and housing is in short supply. Kana Whitworth is in Altadena with more. Good morning, Kana.
Yeah, Michael, good morning. Look, the pressure is really mounting out here, especially for families that have young children. You look behind me, you see those planter beds, right? Well, that is all that is left here of what used to be an elementary school. And so not only are homes and businesses burned to the ground, but many schools as well. You can see back here, there's actually a table and some chairs just melted at this point. And so we have thousands of people that have lost their homes. We have thousands more under evacuation orders. Camps are filling up right now to help take care of these kids as people navigate how to continue their child's education. This morning, communities left reeling from the devastating aftermath. Homes and cars burned, thousands displaced, the lucky ones waiting until it's safe to return.
I just miss my house and I want to go back.
Others scrambling to find new shelter, like the Harrison Kombaramis, the family of 4 losing everything. Now they're in a crowded rental market with thousands of families in the same situation.
Even the types of conversations we're having at these open houses, people are bumping into each other and hugging each other and crying and breaking down because they're neighbors and they haven't seen each other in a while, and they realize that both their homes are gone, and
as they're looking for a
as
place
they're
to
walking
rent.
through and you can,
It's the worst reunion you've ever imagined.
But amid the devastation, strangers helping neighbors.
Is it unlocked? Okay, come on, go inside. Got it? Ow. Burning, sorry.
This dramatic dash cam video from the Palisades fire showing the terrifying moments a woman is trying to escape her neighborhood.
You okay?
No.
What happened?
My car won't start because it's a hybrid. And I have my dogs in my car. Can you please help me get my dogs? They're in my garage.
25-year-old Caleb Serban-Lawler, a trained EMT, was in the area when he helped the woman evacuate and save her dogs.
I'm just so grateful that I'm alive. I thought I was going to die. Thank you so much.
And so for the schools that remain standing in this area, they will be out at least until next week. But this is also impacting neighboring school districts as well. I know mine has been impacted greatly, but we are already hearing from the superintendent of Pasadena Schools, who says not only does she plan to rebuild the physical buildings here, but she also plans to rebuild the future for these kids, and a future that reflects the strength and the spirit of this community. Guys.
Okay, Canna, thanks very much. Final wildcard game played overnight, the Rams versus the Vikings. Larry's here with the highlights.
Hi, George. Good morning to you all. So, the game was supposed to be in Los Angeles. It had to be moved to Arizona, but out of sight did not mean out of mind, with several moments dedicated to Angelenos and first responders. Before the game, Rachel Platten singing her inspirational fight song as people in the stands held up signs to show their support. Then, after a speech by former Rams great Andrew Whitworth about LA's never say die attitude, a moment of silence for the victims of the fires that have just devastated the nation's most populated city. During the game, coaches on the sidelines wearing LAFD shirts and hats in honor of the firefighters. And now, let's get to the action on the field. The Rams played like they were a team on a mission, marching down that field on their opening drive and finishing with a touchdown pass from Matthew Stafford to Kyron Williams. The Rams extending the lead to 17-3 in the second quarter, sacking Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold and forcing a fumble. Jared Verse recovering the ball, returning it 57 yards for the touchdown. And I'd like to say a perfect 10, by the way, guys, on this dive into the end zone. Well done, my friend.
That's how you hurt your back when you're a big guy. You don't dive and you don't have to. I'm just saying.
It made for very entertaining football. My husband and I were like,
save your body, Jared.
By the way,
commentary I was talking about earlier.
Poor Sam Darnold. We were watching this. It turns out he went on to get sacked 9 times in a very easy 27-9 win for the Rams. Inside the locker room after the game, LA Rams coach Sean McVay delivering this speech to his players.
Unbelievable. And all you guys did, you represented exactly what we wanted to be about, man. City on our back. Just being your guys' self right there, man. Give it up for yourselves right there. Hey, here we are. We said it earlier this morning. All right, pack your bags. We're going to Philly.
You are indeed going to Philly. So now the Rams advance, giving Angelenos something to look forward to. They will face the Eagles in the divisional round, which kicks off Saturday afternoon with the 2-time defending Super Bowl champs, the Chiefs, hosting the Texans. Catch all the action right here on ABC and ESPN at 4:30 Eastern, guys.
I remember after Hurricane Katrina when the Saints were able to play for the first time.
Yes.
And you think, oh, it's not a big deal. It's football. It was normalcy.
Yes.
It was just a normal moment, and it meant so much.
Something to cheer for, a little diversion.
Yeah, that's
Take your mind off
just for a moment. Just for a moment. Thank you, Lara, so much. Coming up, the 60-30-10 budget model. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. Our Elizabeth Schulze is going to break it down and how you can use apps to track and categorize expenses. We'll be right back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Southern California residents on edge. Overnight, a new fire erupting.
That entire riverbed is now engulfed in flames.
With another 90,000 others facing evacuation warnings this morning, and more than 12 million people bracing for the particularly dangerous situation red flag warning. Plus, the challenges in the aftermath, as many people who lost their homes search to find shelter, and how our friend Jimmy Kimmel and his staff are coming to the community's aid.
New study on dementia, with cases expected to double in the next 40 years. What to know about treatment and the symptoms to look out for.
And Springsteen ×3. Bruce poses with his on-screen counterpart Jeremy Allen White and with their mini-me, Born to be the Boss. As we say, Good Morning America.
Live from Times Square, it's Tuesday. Good Morning America.
It is Tuesday. Good morning, America. We have a very busy morning here in Times Square, including our financial detox series. Now, many of us start the year, setting goals for managing our money. There's no better way to do that than with a budget. And Elizabeth Schulze is back with some ways you can get started and, more importantly, how you can stick to it.
Yeah, most important part. We have the surprise visit from Princess Kate this morning.
First look at the top stories breaking today. We start with the millions of Southern California residents on alert as the powerful winds are returning. Of course, they bring the serious threat for new fire growth. I want to go back to our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman in Mandeville Canyon. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. So concerned are authorities about this wind event today that they have these 15,000 firefighters poised in Southern California. You can see trucks behind me like these. They are tucked in at almost every block. But there's something that we noticed driving up here that kind of boggles the mind. Check out the roof of that house. Authorities taking no chances, plastering entire neighborhoods with that pink Phos-Check. This is the driveway, also completely pink. Mailbox as well. That, as we've already seen, a new ignition, a fire starting about 30 miles away from us in Ventura County.
Overnight, firefighters racing to battle the first fire stoked by this latest wind event in Southern California, this time in Ventura County.
The wind is blowing this fire right along the riverbed.
It's called the Auto Fire, and dozens of firefighters rushing to the scene. Our station, KABC, right there.
That entire riverbed is now engulfed in flames.
This is more than 12 million people in the crosshairs of yet another ferocious wind event in Southern California, a week after the Eaton and Palisades fires killed at least 24 people. And firefighters working feverishly to prevent another disaster. Hand crews working through the night, lit by headlamps, hacking through the brush. And we were with them on the front lines.
Down below, there are hundreds of firefighters who've carved this fire break through this canyon, down to the other side, all the way up there.
Officials pleading with Californians to have a plan in place.
If you don't have a wildfire evacuation plan for your family and your home, please make one today.
Power companies already shutting off electricity to thousands as a precaution.
Oh my God.
Power lines at the core of the investigation into the Eaton fire, as SoCal Edison now faces 4 lawsuits in connection to the fire.
We have an approximately 10-acre brush fire across canyon underneath high-tension power lines.
SoCal Edison telling ABC News they've seen no indication their equipment started the fire, but they're aware of pictures and videos showing what appears to be a fire at the base of this electrical transmission tower. And they're investigating. Monday evening, ATF investigators blocking off a rural area of Pacific Palisades. Officials saying they're searching for the cause of the fire.
Officials tell me from the ATF that it could be a couple of months before they finish that report. One thing that authorities across Southern California are pleading with people is not to silence those emergency alerts on their phones. There have been mistakes over the past couple of weeks, but they are pleading with people to keep them on because it can save lives. Robin.
It truly can, and we cannot say enough how much we truly appreciate your reporting, Matt. Thank you. We're going to bring back Ginger, who is tracking those powerful winds. Ginger?
Yes, Robin, and I want to emphasize to people this is going to be a roller coaster of high winds and then lower winds and then high winds again. So watch this pretty carefully here, because this morning we will see those winds pick up in the area that you see highlighted from the San Gabriel, the western there to western Santa Monica Mountains, right through much of Ventura County, up along I-5 and the Grapevine. This is the extreme fire risk, meaning that the winds in these canyons especially could be in the 40 to 70 mile per hour range. It's not going to be a constant wind. This is a different event than last week. The wind direction is different. It's more east to northeast versus due north. So different areas would have the worst of the wind. But I also want to just point out, it is not just the PDS or the particularly dangerous situation red flag warnings on that northern half that go through tomorrow, by the way. It's also red flag warnings all the way down into the San Diego County mountains. So this goes to the Mexican border. But the worst of it starts again this morning. It's happening now. We'll see gusts like Fillmore and Santa Clarita 40. But remember, those observations are in the valley, or those forecasts for the valley. You get up into a canyon, you easily gust. You converge those winds, and you can make them even do little eddies or little spins. That makes fires really difficult to fight. That's Wednesday, 8 a.m. So even though tonight you'll have, it's kind of calm out there, by tomorrow morning it picks back up. And then by Friday, not only do the winds go down into the single digits, so like 4 miles per hour, but we're going to invite more relative humidity. That makes a huge difference when they're fighting the fires too. Guys?
Yeah, we're sure that does. Friday cannot get here fast enough, Ginger. Thank you for that. And now to the surprise visit from Princess Kate this morning. The Princess of Wales visited a hospital where she received her cancer treatment to thank the staff and speak with some of the patients. Kate just celebrated her 43rd birthday after a turbulent year. She has been largely absent from public life after revealing her cancer diagnosis last March, but we have been seeing more of the princess recently, and we are happy about that.
Yes, we are. Good for her. A better visit really meant a lot. Meant a lot.
Coming up on our GMA Morning Menu, the new study on dementia with cases expected to double in the decades ahead. We're going to talk about how to tell the difference between the signs of typical aging and when you should be concerned.
Also ahead, our financial detox series with advice for setting a budget for the new year and sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it. And the rise in popular dupes. This will help you stick to your budget. How finding and flaunting knockoffs became so popular. And the organizations that are making sure the pets of Southern California are not forgotten. Lara will have that story for us coming up in Pop News. It's all coming up here on GMA. Come on back. New dreams, new ways.
I'm good.
You are good. Hey, are you ready for this tomorrow? Kiki, your girl Kiki Palmer is going to be here.
Can't wait for that.
She's going to tell us about her new movie, One of Them Days, and we are so looking forward to that, George.
Yes, we are. We're going to turn now to our GMA cover story, a health alert on dementia. A new study finds cases of the disease are expected to double in the United States to approximately 1 million new patients every year by 2060. Our medical correspondent, Dr. Darien Sutton, is here. So tell us what's going on here.
Good morning, George. So this is a large community study involving over 16,000 people, nearly 30 years of data, and they're looking to project the rate of dementia, but also find out our individual risks. And I just want to show you some important numbers and standout findings. For adults over 55, it was found that there is an up to 42% risk of developing dementia within the lifetime. That's a 4 out of 10 chance if you live long enough. Women seem to carry the heavier burden of dementia, likely secondary to the fact that women live longer. Also, certain factors increase our risk that we know about. For example, the genetic marker APOE. This is a known risk factor for Alzheimer's disease, and disparities continue. African Americans have higher rates of the risk of dementia in their lifetime compared to white Americans.
But the important point here is that a significant portion of this is preventable.
A significant point. You know, a prior study from 2020 shows that up to 40% of the dementia diagnoses are preventable if we control and modify our lifestyle. For example, controlling our blood pressure, making sure that we're managing our diabetes, getting regular physical activity, and getting our hearing checked. These are all factors that if we control them, we can reduce our individual risk.
We all have these senior moments, forget a name, forget our keys. How do we know the difference between whether that's normal, aging, and sign of a real problem?
Well, forgetting your keys is normal, and that's expected. But if your memory issues are interfering with your daily life, if you're forgetting where you are in familiar places, if you're forgetting important names or people, or you're not understanding something unless it's immediately happening, these can be signs of serious memory issues for which you should get evaluated, because early intervention can help to slow cognitive decline and improve quality of life, which is why it's so important to get checked.
Dr. Sutton, thanks very much.
Of course.
All right, thank you, George. Now to starting strong in 2025 in our financial detox series. Elizabeth Schulze is back with budgeting. Elizabeth, great to see you here. Okay, how do we create a budget for the new year? The most important part, how do we stick to it?
Right, you can make it, but then you've got to be sticking to it as well.
Exactly.
So the new year's a great time to make a budget, right? You're starting fresh. And what we're going to do here, Michael, is we're going to look at a basic budgeting model called 60-30-10. So this is a great way to start out if you've never done a budget before. And it's going to divide up your spending. Your budget is your spending, all the money going into your accounts, and all the money going out of your accounts, and you're looking at that holistically. So got a prop for you. The first part of this, 60% of your spending is going to go towards needs. So think about the things that you cannot live without, right? This is groceries, transportation, your minimum payments on your bills, your utilities, and housing. Typically about 60% of that needs category is going to go towards housing. Right?
I'm just laughing because some people are like, I need that new car. No,
right.
you don't. You don't.
That's going to be the next category, actually. So this is the 30%. Which is your wants.
Your wants.
Right. I mean, a new car probably going to be more than 30%.
Yeah.
But think about the things that you need, that are still part of your day-to-day, going out to eat, saving up for travel, presents for your kids' birthday parties. I mean, these are things that are, going to come up, and you really do want to account for that in your budget, but maybe not quite as essential. The last 10% of the 60-30-10 is your savings and your debt. So this is saving for retirement, an emergency savings fund. What this does, this is one model, but it really is a blueprint, and it's pretty simple. 3 categories to think about your spending really gets you starting off to how to get that budget going and leaves you some flexibility to stick with it too.
I like that, 60-30-10. And we have a question about emergency savings, which you brought up, so let's take a look.
I'm planning on building my savings and emergency funds. How much should I plan to save?
Such a good one, because when you're budgeting, you can't just think about what comes in and out every month. You have to think about those unexpected expenses too. So your car breaks down, you need to have some sort of repair in your home, you lose your job. Generally, the rule of thumb is you want 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an emergency fund. So you think about this needs category, those are your living expenses, you multiply that times 3 months. That is daunting, that's a big number. So this year, start small. Maybe you just set a goal, $500 in my emergency fund. It's about $40 a month, and you work up to getting to that bigger number. When you're thinking about the emergency fund, the ways you can do that easily are automating. So automatically every month, transfer from your checking account to your savings, choose that amount. You don't have to think about it, it does it for you. Or maybe even just a portion of your paycheck, you automatically deposit into a separate account. That makes it a lot less likely you're going to touch that money, and you keep it away for savings.
And then if it just goes, you don't even notice it.
You're not thinking about it. You're not tempting.
Exactly. And how could these budgeting apps help us?
Right. A lot of budgeting apps out there. Can be daunting to figure out what actually works with me. But the key here, take the load off of you. Like, if you want to be effective in a budget, you want these apps to do the work for you. So they should automatically track your expenses and put them into categories that are very clear, so that you don't have to go in and do that all that work yourself. A lot of these apps will send you a notification if you're overspending. So maybe that food delivery category went over a little bit. They'll send you a push notification, an email saying, hey, here's how you can get back on track. The other thing that you should do yourself then when you're using these apps is try to check. You need to check every day, maybe check once a week, but set yourself a calendar reminder to check once a month. That's a way to take 10 minutes out of your day, look at your budgeting app, see if you're on track, and check your progress. And if you've done well, if you're making progress, celebrate that. It's great if you're on a budget, if you're sticking to it. That can kind of keep you motivated all throughout the year to stay on track.
But the thing is, it takes discipline, but discipline can be helpful in your long-term financial goals.
It's so important, and a little bit does go a long way. Don't get discouraged if you find out that, okay, maybe this 10%, I'm working towards making that more. Maybe your wants, you need to get that up, you need to shrink that a little bit. But try to set these goals, and that's really the best place to start, and we'll get you on that long-term path.
All right, 60-30-10. Elizabeth, thank you so much for that. And we're going to see Elizabeth back tomorrow to talk about building savings. Right now, let's go back to Ginger. Hey, Ginger.
Hey, Michael, we wanted to bring out a picture of Southern California. This is the Santa Monica Pier that looks so pretty, right? But just emphasize that even when it looks okay, the air quality isn't necessarily okay. So just check ahead, look at that AQI in your area before you plan anything outside. So there are still air quality alerts from the Coachella Valley, the north side of the Salton Sea there, back to the San Bernardino Mountains, and obviously around the fires in Los Angeles, down to Santa Monica, and even San Clemente. That is for today through tomorrow. We're going to see a lot of that stagnant air until we get things moving. So here are some tips if you are in that region. Just avoid going outdoors if you have that high AQI, because that is unhealthy. Keep the windows and doors closed, run the air conditioner or the purifiers, and avoid other sources of fire like candles and your fireplace. I have to mention, when we were leaving, one of the reasons that they're not allowing people back in is the chemicals that burn in those homes. I could taste the chemicals, so they're toxins on top of the air pollutants.
Let's get out of
You can if you want.
I was just saying, if I need to, I will dance.
Okay,
if
good
you
to know.
need me to dance, just say the word.
We already heard you singing earlier. Just add some dancing to it. Why
We're
not?
very multi-talented around here, but we do have a lot of news to get to, and we want to start with our friend Jimmy Kimmel. He returned last night to his show, and during the opening monologue, the longtime Los Angeles resident struggled to hold back tears as he spoke about his beloved city of angels. Take a look.
I think I speak for all of us when I say it has been a sickening, shocking, awful experience, but has also been, in a lot of ways, a beautiful experience because once again, we see our fellow men and women coming together to support each other. People who lost their own homes were out volunteering in parking lots, helping others who lost theirs. And tonight,
It was really quite a moment. Jimmy was joined on the show by actor Steve Guttenberg. There he is. He was live from Pacific Palisades, where he lives, and he's been working tirelessly since those fires started last week, helping move abandoned cars for firefighters, helping his neighbors put out small fires. You name it, he has been out there. Kimmel's staffers also set up a donation center in their parking lot, collecting essential items like water, baby food, toiletries, socks, anything they could get that might be helpful to people in need. Their donation center on Hawthorne Avenue, if you need it, in Los Angeles will be open every single day this week for anything people can provide and also for anyone who needs anything. Jimmy Kimmel and his staff doing all they can to help.
So many people you're seeing step up and do things like that, making a difference.
Absolutely. All right. We are going to move on now to your friend, Bruce Springsteen, the boss, making another visit to the set of his upcoming biopic, Deliver Me From Nowhere. And this time, well, he spent some time with two generations of Bruce's. There he is posing with his on-screen counterpart, the Bears' Jeremy Allen White, and his mini-me, Matthew Anthony Pellicano, who plays Springsteen as a child during flashbacks in the film. Deliver Me From Nowhere, currently filming in Springsteen's home state of New Jersey, as well as New York and in LA, hits theaters later this year. We're hearing really good things about it.
Looking forward to that.
Me too.
Yep. Up next, everybody, the NFL star who has created a bestseller, Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown. Guys, did you see this? He was spotted on the sidelines during the Eagles Green Bay game over the weekend reading a book, leading many to wonder, what is he reading? What has his attention during this big game? Turns out to be a self-help manual titled Inner Excellence, Train Your Mind for Extraordinary Performance and the Best Possible Life, written by former baseball pro and performance coach Jim Murphy. The video went viral. The book soared to #1 on Amazon's digital bookstore. It's ranked, by the way, beforehand, it wasn't even in the top 500,000 books on the platform. That's a 52 million% boost. Brown explained in a post-game interview that he frequently reads on the sidelines, and he posted on X that he brings a book every game and he reads between each drive. He uses the books to refocus and to lock in. I think it's a great idea. The author of that book, Jim Murphy, was as surprised as everyone else, telling Sports Illustrated he was sitting in a hotel and all of a sudden his phone just blew up. After the game, Eagles fans flooded the book's Amazon page, and in case you were wondering, A.J. Brown did rate the book. he gave it a 5 out of 5 stars.
Probably just put it back up to the top of
Yep.
Amazon again.
Right? Let's go, Mr.
Did you ever
Murphy.
do anything like that when you were on the sidelines?
No, I was focused on trying not to get beat up. So I wasn't reading in between. But I get it. If it works for you, good job, Big Brown. Maybe he's starting something new.
I love it.
I'm going to do it between segments.
I'm not going to lie. I actually want to get that book now. I think it sounds like maybe it could help my tennis game. I don't know. I need a lot of help. Finally, I just want to get back to the fires. As communities come together to help the victims of those devastating fires, some organizations are making sure that our furry friends are not forgotten. Over 80 cats and dogs were just put on an emergency rescue flight there. You can see it from Burbank to an animal sanctuary in Utah. The next day, more pets were flown to Seattle. This organization, it's called Best Friends Animal Society, along with Wings of Rescue, they teamed up for the mission. They've been working around the clock to help local Los Angeles shelters to prevent overcrowding, as you can imagine, as more and more pets get rescued, thankfully. They're also offering services to those in need by providing assistance like pet food and supplies. If you've been displaced, they're there to help you, whether they want you to help too, through adoption, through donations, even fostering. I'm going to tell Whit about that. Check out the Best Friends Animal Society shelter website, please. They could really use all of our help.
Mm-hmm. There were so many people that were reaching out and asking about that. I'm so glad that you shared it.
Yes.
All right. Gina Rodriguez on the new season of Will Trent when we come back.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
Welcome back, everybody. We're excited for tomorrow because tomorrow is National Bagel Day. Yep, and we're celebrating with the United States of Bagels. You didn't see that coming, George. And you know what we're going to have, George? United States of Bagels, we're going to have a dough-to-dough battle. Right. Yes, between two small businesses competing to create the best bagel egg sandwich. And it's going to be decided by our 3 celebrity judges.
I hope that's happening in studio.
Yeah, better be.
Yeah, otherwise delivery needed.
Yeah, that's coming up. That's coming up tomorrow. Now to you.
Yes, thank you very much. All right, so we're going to turn to actress Gina Rodriguez. She joined the hit show Will Trent. The show just started its 3rd season. I had the wonderful opportunity to talk to her all about it. Take a look, everyone. I was so happy when I heard that they had added you to the cast. We all loved you on that other show. And now to see you on this show, which has just really taken off. What's it been like for you so far?
Oh, well, the experience has been phenomenal. I've been friends with Ramon Rodriguez for many, many years, and we've always supported each other.
How did you guys meet?
Together.
The acting community?
Yeah, and the Latino community. And we were, I mean, he was already, you know, incredible and had done Transformers and was, you know, we were all very big fans of his. And then when I got to become friends with him, he's just a wonderful human being. And he creates such a loving set. And everybody is lovely there. You know, Iantha and Sonia and Erica and Jake. I mean, everybody's brought me in with so much kindness that it's felt like
this show
right at
has
home.
such a good wink and a nod in it. You know, it's like a great, the storylines are great, but it's like sass. It's got a little bit of sass and sexiness to it.
It's complex in a cop procedural form, because I was never really the biggest cop procedural watcher. Right. And when I stepped into the world,
I'm so addicted.
My husband is super addicted as well. And when I started watching Will Trent, I mean, we get like 30 minutes a night because I have a 2-year-old. Yeah. So there's not.
Congrats.
You're not watching television. Yeah. I mean, you're not watching anything.
Man-to-man defense.
You know, it is just like I get what I can and very tiny slits. But I watched 4 episodes back to back, and I was like, 4 hours in, like I'm gonna be really screwed tomorrow morning because he's gonna wake up in like 3 hours. But my God, it's good. Yeah. It's so good.
Tell everybody just a little bit about your character, because I want to show an exclusive clip.
Okay, I play Marian Alba, a new ADA to Fulton County, a really tough, strong on her feet, super grounded lawyer, not a hot mess, which is what I'm most used to, because that is like the world I live in. But this character is very strong, very self-assured, very focused, and she knows really nothing about Will Trent. So she's coming into the world not intimidated by him, and just kind of like, where can I help? Yeah. Like, where do I fit in? And I'm going to do the best I can to help.
All right.
Yeah.
Great setup. Let's take a look at this exclusive clip.
We're outside Sonny's caretaker's house. Sonny's last known. Hopefully, we find something that leads us to her. We just need time.
Yeah, I got it. The moment they get what they need, it's over for her. I read my boss in. We'll stall as long as we can.
Ma'am, Penelope
Thank you for sticking your neck out on this.
Well, if I get fired, you owe me breakfast. Good luck.
You too.
Such a good scene, such a good show. I mean, listen, we all love Ramon, but what's it like working with Betty, the Chihuahua?
Well, I got to share a trailer with Betty.
No
and
way.
truthfully, I was told by the trainer not to look her in the eye because I am a dog mom, and that dog loves me. So if I'm in a scene with Betty, and anybody else is there, I'm not allowed to look at Betty because Betty will come right to me instead.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
that's
like,
so
come to-
cute.
come to
I
mama.
love that.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch the show and look for that
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I have a Betty in my life, too. She's a rescue corgi, so I feel a big
I have
attraction.
a Betty. He's a rescue Havanese, my little Marty. Yep.
Yeah. Your son, you mentioned, 2 years old. Congratulations. What is this I hear about him being a bit of a prodigy already?
Oh my God. Well, he's way too smart for any of our own good. And my husband loves to say that he takes after him, which is probably true. But he loves to box. My husband is a professional fighter, a Muay Thai, and he's teaching him how to box. And this is him. I mean, he's only 15 months there.
I mean, he's got pretty good
form.
form.
Oh, no, there it is. Yep.
MMA, here we come.
Yeah. And you know, these are kind of old clips. The newer clips would blow your mind as he's getting better at boxing. He's really quite the sensational little boy.
That's awesome. Well, so are you. Congratulations.
Thank
it's
you.
great to see you. Congrats on the show.
Thank you.
Everybody, check it out. A new episode of Will Trent will air tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, right here on ABC with Gina.
Check it out.
Now with the #1 New York Times bestselling author Brad Meltzer. He's written a new book with Josh Mensch called The JFK Conspiracy, The Secret Plot to Kill Kennedy and Why It Failed. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So this is, as you describe it, the craziest story that people have never heard about JFK.
Yeah, this is 3 years before Lee Harvey Oswald. And it's a Sunday morning in 1960. JFK's just been elected and he's on his way to church. And what he doesn't know is that there's a former postal worker named Richard Pavlik who wants to kill him and has packed his car with 7 sticks of dynamite. And he's followed JFK to Palm Beach, Florida, because he thinks JFK's security is weakest there, which he's right. So as Kennedy comes out of his house, all the assassin has to do is hit the little switch and boom, will go the dynamite. But what saves his life has to do with Jackie. And I won't ruin the ending for you, but it winds up being the craziest story about JFK you've never heard.
What's going to surprise people the most about it, except for the ending?
Yeah, it's Jackie. Jackie is the star of this book. She steals it away. And we don't pull our punches. We show you JFK's affairs. We show you that when Jackie goes into labor, she's hemorrhaging. JFK's nowhere to be found. He's on a plane to Florida. But I kept asking myself, why do they call this place Camelot? And then I discovered this, George, is that we didn't start using the word Camelot until after JFK was killed. It's after the assassination that Jackie grants one interview to Life magazine. And she says in this interview, she tells this exclusive story, and that when JFK's back was hurting him in the White House, and she wanted to calm him down, she would take him and put on this record. And the record she plays a song about a place called Camelot. Now, Jackie was a member of the press. She was also hounded by the press, but make no mistake, she was a master of the press. She's the one who inserted the word Camelot into the lexicon. It's thanks to Jackie that we call it that today. And the scenes she's in, my wife said these are her favorite parts of the book.
So you've been living in 1960. Does it change the lens on how you view today?
Of course it changed the lens how I view today. I mean, the 1960 election between Nixon and Kennedy is one of the most divided in the whole country in modern time. Whatever side you're on, you hate the other side. Does that sound familiar to you? And so this whole book...
It's a close one, too, yeah.
It's a close one, and it makes us really look at where we are now.
And you've written about so many different eras of history. Do you have one you want to tackle next?
You know, I love when we did World War II, but this part of history is so amazing because JFK is amazing. And when we looked at it, you know, what we got from the Secret Service blew me away. You know, they said even assassins are divided into 2 categories. I was like, what are you talking about? And they said there's hunters and there's howlers. And a hunter is very different than a howler. A howler makes noise and says, I'm going to come kill you. I want you dead. But they rarely do anything. But a hunter is very different because they barely say a word, and they're the ones who tend to pull the trigger. And if you look at all the assassins from Abraham Lincoln to JFK, the 4 men who have successfully killed presidents, all 4 of them are hunters. Richard Pavlik in our book, he thinks he's a hunter, but he's a bit of a howler, and it basically leads to the twist that gets him caught in the end. And stories like that, that's what I look for. It's not the error, but it's finding that awesome detail
Sounds fascinating. Thanks for coming in. JFK Conspiracy is available now.
Now with 3-time Emmy Award-winning broadcaster, speaker, and one of my dearest, oldest friends, Anne Marie Anderson. Her new book is Cultivating Audacity, Dismantle Doubt and Let Yourself Win. Hey there, sister.
Hey there, sister. Am I your oldest friend? No, I think we said that differently.
Well, no, a little bit.
That
little
was
bit.
hurt.
No. We go back a long way. We go back to ESPN, and we shared a lot of career firsts together. What do you remember most about those early days together?
In the 35 years together?
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when you first started kind of blowing up, and you had no idea. It was the sweetest thing. Like, we'd be in Barcelona walking along the streets. I remember digging in. I mean, we just wanted to work and make great television and had a lot of fun all over the world as a result. It was great.
I know. I remember when I got that email from Peter Jennings, and it had 2 words that said "good effort."
Good effort. We were so excited.
But we're also like, what is this? But
it meant nice try. That's what it meant.
That's what it meant, nice try.
Yeah.
But I was fearful.
Sure.
And that's what you address in your book. And we have been each other's front row people, and you say that's very important when cultivating audacity.
Yeah, you have to have a front row. And it's probably not your mom. It's probably not your best friend, because your front row people are the people who are going to talk you off the ledge of insecurity, imposter syndrome, and they're going to tell you the truth even when you don't want to hear it. I actually remember us having a couple of front row conversations that I won't share with everybody, but about that as your star was rising. It's really important to surround yourself with people who are doing big things.
It is. And when you use the word audacity, I love it.
Yeah.
But it can have a negative connotation. So how do you help people, shift their mindset and understand that it's about taking bold risks?
Right, that's the definition of it. And it's really only in this country, Robin, that we have that connotation. My sister-in-law is from Argentina, and she's like, what do you mean? Audacity is great. But part of it is when you're willing to take bold risks, that's where the growth is. People talk about FOMO all the time. Yeah. I don't have FOMO, but I do have a fear of staying the same. Because there's no growth possible when you stay the same. So have a little FOSS and no FOMO.
Okay. I remember seeing one of your most audacious moments. You left ESPN, you quit your job, you wanted more.
Yeah.
You were doing a great job there. You had no job prospects, and you just walked out the door. I remember seeing you drive away in your little car, I think I gave you a check for like $250 because that was a lot of money for me at the time. But what you talk about is that you say make friends with fear and failure. How can people do that?
Yeah, I mean, I left a job that was tremendous because I wanted to think about my life, not just my job. What do you want your days and nights to look like? And fear and failure can guide you. This is such a rejection-heavy business. After a while, it becomes laughable, but it's all data. So when you fail, when you have fear, what are you able to take from it to propel you forward? After a while, look, fear is always going to be your passenger. It just doesn't get to make decisions for you.
I love that. Yeah, just don't let it have the wheel. Yep. Because I remember your first time on the air, because you were a producer at ESPN, you wanted to be on air. It was memorable. It was memorable in so many ways. But what you said is that you were afraid, and the worst thing that could happen did happen, but you still survived.
Yeah, I was afraid. I was going to be judged. I was going to be embarrassed. I was going to be exposed. That all happened. And I got up and did it again the second time the next week. And the only thing that was better, honestly, about the second time was that it wasn't the first time. You know what I mean? Like, it just was still so bad every time. But as long as you keep getting up, then fear doesn't control you.
Yeah. You have it even in your acknowledgments. At the last bit, you talk about fear and failure. You're like, thank you, and bring it on, bring it on.
Yes.
There's something else, Anne-Marie, that you say, and it made me really stop and think when you said about the difference between urgent and important and knowing the difference. What do you mean by that?
Well, so life is urgent. It seems like everything's urgent. Answer the text, the email, sign the permission slip, whatever it is. And urgent never ends. And I think there's this fallacy of like, oh, well, when I get all that stuff checked off my list, then I'll get to what's important. But unless you're intentional about creating space for important, you're going to just stay in the same spot all the time. So whether that's 4 15-minute blocks a day or 2 half hours, I tried it, Robin's sister, at 4:30 in the morning. I was going to get up and do an hour every day. It was the worst idea ever. Like, chunk it up into ways that you really work for your life And that way, you're always moving forward a little bit, even while you're taking care of the urgent.
And this is a mother of 3.
Yes.
That is saying this right now.
Yeah, when they're at the door saying they're hungry, just go, same. And then, 15 minutes, I'll feed you.
Too. You have so many people who reach out to you. You speak to, schools and corporations. What do they want to hear? What is your message to them? What is it that you're trying to get across to folks?
I want them to understand that fear is part of the process and that you are stopping yourself from the dream. That's okay. We need to figure out which barriers, fear, time, money, your inner critic, what's stopping you, dig into it, and take it on the ride. Don't shove it away. Take it on the ride and keep moving forward.
Yeah, I always say optimism is a muscle that gets stronger with use, but you got to put some action behind that optimism and hope.
Exactly.
All right, sister. So good, Emery.
Thanks so
I am
much, sister.
extremely, extremely proud of you and can't wait for people to see this. Cultivating Audacity. It is out. Which you think I know by now which camera.
Yeah, do you want me to produce this for you?
You're my
Exactly.
producer.
This is you over here.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We'll be. It's
5,
out right now.
4, 3.
We'll be right back.
Hey,
Hot yoga, he does.
Does George do hot yoga? I guess he does. Good for you,
Let's have a
George.
whole segment about it.
After this one, right now we're going to talk about the rising popularity of designer dupes. Things like the $80 Walmart handbag inspired by the Hermes Birkin bag. She called it the Workin'.
The Workin',
Okay,
yes.
the Workin', and it sells for thousands.
Yeah.
Janae Norman took a look at why they are taking off for consumers. And you're here with the story. What you got? Good
Yes,
morning.
you know about the Workin'. That's how popular it is. You guys, I'm sure, have heard the saying, fake it till you make it. This isn't even so much that. It's more about embracing the fake, and for some, even sticking it to the luxury labels, charging an arm and a leg for a handbag.
I have been waiting for the temperature to drop to wear this coat.
Who doesn't love a deal? And even better than that, luxury for less. From beauty to clothing to accessories, it's all about scoring the dupe and no shame in openly flaunting the low-cost version.
We have a culture where very expensive handbags, makeup, clothing items are being marketed to people, and they want access and they want it now.
$80, you can pretend that you got Birkin.
The latest must-have from Walmart. The company going viral for offering a replica of the Hermes Birkin, dubbed the Workin'. It's no longer available on their site, but when it was, the bag was all over social media.
The Workin', okay? The Walmart Birkin for the working class.
Yes, this is the Walmart Birkin bag. I think it's a great looking bag, you know? I mean, take a look at it. The material is very soft.
Entrepreneur Bethany Frankel snagged one of her own and showcased the subtle differences that cost tens of thousands of dollars less.
These handles are much taller, much bigger. That's a telltale sign.
You were going to return it, but you're going to keep it now?
I'm keeping it because it's going to be a statement.
We have seen more affordable items become just as popular as the luxury brand name items, like the Revlon one-step dryer and styler for $39 compared to the $600 Dyson Airwrap, or the scarf coat that went viral last year for a hefty $1,130, sold on Amazon for $59. It was the wrap jacket that was a hit
love that.
last year. I know, right? And
So
we were just
good.
saying we love the Revlon thing. You love it. I used it
It's
last
really
night.
good.
It really
And
is.
it's
It's
very
super
easy to
easy.
use.
It is.
Yes.
So here you go. Sorry, knockoffs aren't new.
You two realize that three of
We're
us
still
are
doing
over here.
TV. Sorry, guys. They have gotten better. Of course, we now have social media, so we see them more. There's a lot of talking to do.
There's so much to delve into.
You don't want to talk hair dryers, Michael?
Oh, now you're caught, Michael.
Yep.
He knows the history of the Birkin bag.
Yes, he sure does.
That's all I'm saying.
A lot about nothing.